Hey guys, welcome back to this lecture, Understanding the Client Libraries. In this lecture, we will understand what are client libraries and why are these needed and what are the basic details about these. Okay, so let us start with this. So in this lecture, we will cover the theoretical part, and in the next lecture, we will implement a client library in our Python code and we'll see how we can instrument it. Okay, so let us start. Now, the very first thing is client libraries are pre-compiled libraries which are available for different code languages. Okay, and you can use these libraries or you can instrument these libraries inside your application code. Okay, now what does that mean? There are few already compiled libraries available from different vendors. Some are official, some are third party. Okay, so those are pre-compiled libraries. You can directly import them or instrument them inside your code and you can make your code more observable. Okay, now what do you mean by making the code more observable? So we will understand it in a few minutes. Okay, now the next thing is this lets you expose your code's internal metrics to an HTTP endpoint from where these metrics can be scraped in Prometheus. Okay, so what is happening here when you instrument your code with the Prometheus client libraries, it starts an HTTP server, okay, in your code, and it exposes an HTTP endpoint where it exposes the Prometheus supported matrices, okay, which are coming for that particular code. Now the next thing is Prometheus client libraries basically implements the Prometheus metric types in any code. What does that mean? Prometheus has 4 major metric types. Okay, it is gauze, or it is histogram, it is summary, and it is counter. So these are 4 major metric types which Prometheus uses, and based upon these metric types all the metrics are covered, okay, or are created. So Prometheus client libraries basically implements the Prometheus metric type in any code, okay, and when the Prometheus scrapes your instance HTTP endpoint where the metrics are exposed, so what client libraries does, it basically sends the current state of those metrics to the server. Okay, so all the matrices which are exposed, the current state of those metrics are sent by the client libraries to the server. Okay, now the next thing is following client libraries are available officially. Yes, there are few client libraries which are officially distributed by the Prometheus GitHub organization, and there are few which are third party client libraries, okay, and which are unofficial, but you can use them inside your code and have the benefit from it. Okay, now the next thing is if no client library is available, let's say you are using any language for which no client library is available, so what you can do, you can also implement one of the supported exposition formats yourself to expose metrics. So you can create your own client library, okay, and you can expose the metrics of your need. Okay, and sometimes developers also do this to avoid the dependency on the pre-compiled libraries, okay, which are already available. So this was about the client libraries. Now the question rise, why do I need the client libraries, right? So let's suppose you have a Java application, okay, now you are writing the code every day, you are adding new lines, you are changing, you are modifying everything, okay. Now when it comes to execution, what you notice, your pages are taking time to load, or your requests are very slow, okay, and some of the pages becomes unresponsive. Now to observe the behavior of your application or your code, like what are the API calls made, right, how much time it is taking, what is the latency between different API calls. So to observe that behavior, client libraries help us, okay, and for that we need to instrument client library inside our code. Now, let's say I have a Java application, so I would use the client library which is available for the Java application, okay, and will instrument it inside my code, and then I'll expose the Java related metrics or the code related metrics to my Prometheus, from where I'll create the visualization or alarm, anything I want. So this is the need of client library. Okay, so this was about what it is, okay, and what is available to us. Now in the next lecture we will actually instrument our Python code with the one of the client library, and we will see how does that helps us. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.